So this is an Excel sheet. So what I have done, I have downloaded the data from a site, National Stock Exchange. So I'll just let you know from where you get this data. Okay, so you can, in the meanwhile, you can just open, this file. Yeah, IPO. What I have done is that I'll just show you, from where we get this data, all this data. Of course, sometime you have to search various sites. Okay, but this is a site where you will get all the data. But in case if you're having some trouble, but you'll get still the data, but you have to just put it on an Excel sheet or a PPT. So this is your take-home paper. What I'm telling you. Diya, क्या नाम है आपका? हाँ, Ritu. So this is the take-home paper which you have to do and submit it before 8th. This is 40 marks assignment. Okay. So what you have to do is, this PPT is already with you. ड्राइव में भी है. हाँ, ड्राइव में तो है ही. ड्राइव में तो है. आई जस्ट शेयर इट अगेन विद यू, नो प्रॉब्लम. हाँ, देखो ये जो साइट है ना, इसमें मैंने लिंक डाला है अभी. yesterday of course there was a link already, so this is the link. Okay, fine, which is basically, हाँ मैं भी कर देता हूँ अभी. आई जस्ट सेंड. So you'll get this thing. So I'm just sending you the PPT also again. Okay. ये पीपीटी है, इसको खोल लीजिए. क्या पढ़ने की कोशिश कर रहे हो आप? ओके. सो दिस जो यहाँ पर आ रहा है आपका ऊपर लिंक है ना. ओके, फाइन. सो then you will have this site with you. Okay, so it will tell you current and past issues. Fine. So you have to choose any one of your issue. Okay, all of you, all issue will be different. So you have to consider one IPO, download all the data. For example, what I have done is I've just gone to past issues. Okay. And 1 year I've chosen, for example. So this is like one date, 1 week. So last 1 year. So you'll have all the data. So then it will give you all the data of that issue. It's taking time. So anyway, you can just download. I'll tell you, I have already downloaded. I'll show you. Okay. First, I'm talking about Tata IPO. Okay. This is an Excel sheet. So about the company first. What is this company? So this was, founded in 1994, Tata Technologies. The IPO came in 2023. So they provide product development and digital solutions to the equipment suppliers and their tier one suppliers. Okay, so this is all about the company, which is basically, giving solutions, products, software. Okay, digital kind of support to the companies for manufacturing their product or whatever. Okay. So then we talk about the Tata Tech IPO. So Tata Tech Technologies IPO is a book built issue of 3,000 crores. So this they wanted to raise 3,000 crores rupees. The issue is entirely offered for sale. So that means they are offering their own shares, promoters. But Tata is they are offering the shares. So they are not seeking anything. The company was already in existence. So they were selling their shares to the extent of 3,000 crores. Tata Technology IPO bidding started November 22. Okay. And on 24th of November. So with minimum days is 3 days. So the ICA regulation is open for 10 days. But the company can choose to open it for 3 days. For the money, the allotment of Tata Technology was 28 of November. So that means the allotment. Who will get less? So once you know all people that apply, there is a then on 28th all the shares were allotted to the prospective shareholders. You know what it says whether they have complied or not. Of course, they might have complied. That's why you know it's between 475 to 500. Now, this is important. You know, whenever a new IPO comes, you know, if you go just to the new IPO, regular you should apply for it. A reasonable IPO, they are offering good money for their listing. Company has good growth prospects. Company is backed by good promoters. Okay, and how the industry is trading at. You know what other people in the industry what they are doing, what the shares are trading at what multiples they are trading at, whether it's P ratio or you know price to sales ratio, EBITDA, EV to EBITDA. So all that you know ratios we can see. If you have old issue, you can always compare with the industry okay? And just see whether this good and what are the growth prospects. Fine. If the company has good growth prospects, that price is reasonable because it is they are offering at a very good valuation. Okay. And it has great prospects. And if you have chosen old, you know, kind of an issue, then you see how the company has been growing. And based on that, you can just, you know, and you can always say whether it is a good issue or not. Looking even at the growth which we have witnessed so far, the company's share price has also gone up. Okay. Fine. So you can always look at, you know, their performance after the post issue, how the company is done. The minimum lot size for the application is 30 shares. There is a 30 shares will be issued. 30 multiplied by 100 comes to about 1,000 rupees. Allotment for analyze non-institutional investors. S means small. So there are two categories: small and large. Big analyze. So B analyze and S analyze. That means we get two classifications. So for the minimum lot size for small analyze 40 lots. Analyze for 120 shares. The minimum allotment is 2,10,000. So they can you can apply between 2 lakhs to 10 lakhs. Retail investors up to 2 lakhs. After that, small NIs from 2 lakhs to 10 lakhs, and big NIs they can apply from 2 lakhs to allotment lot size from 10 lakhs and above. Small NIs, less and above.
Doubt is when you apply as let's say for
These are minimum. You can go up to 10 lakhs. NI. So suppose you have an NI, so you can go for either 14 lots or in multiple 40 lakhs to 10 lakhs.
then I will next time I will apply and go so 2.5 Like, I have to subscribe to price of price. Not in between. But I cannot do like some investment as equity investment, some investment as
Is about the then issue size. Fine. So lot size was 30. IPO date, which we have already discussed. Listing date is there. Face value was 2 rupees per share. You know? That the site you're getting. हाँ वो आप खोल के देखो. आप खोल नहीं रहा वो. खोल रहा है ना. अच्छा एक से हम चलते हैं. आपको बताता हूँ कहाँ से मिलता है. ये अभी मेरा वो चल रहा है. देखो अभी भी ये आ रहा है. नीचे डाउनलोड है. तो आप खोल. आप इस खोल. सबसे नीचे डाउनलोड चाहिए. मैं क्या चाहूँ ऊपर जाओ. और देखो कुछ है. इशू इन्फॉर्मेशन या इससे ले जाओ. All these you can just show them. Okay. So they have downloads there. Is one of the place where you can download all the information. If you have doubt, you can just check. क्योंकि मेरा अभी तक तो वो चल ही नहीं रहा. आपका चल रहा है. चल रहा है. ठीक है. तो चलो पहले ही देख लेते हैं फिर हम देखेंगे उसके अंदर. किशोर है ना. So he knows from where to get the data. Okay. So he'll guide others during the break. So IPO date, face value, price band. Okay. Fine. So you have to choose your own IPO and download all the relevant data. Okay. I'll give some a template of questions which you have to answer and give your own version about things also. So those questions will be just a kind of a representative question. So you can put whatever you want. Okay. It should be a thorough analysis of the IPO. Okay. Then the price band, lot size, total issue size, 3,000 crores. These many shares they were offering. So they were all offered by promoters. This was offer for sale. Okay. We have done also, with regard to how much should be intangible assets, how much should be your operating profit of the company in the last 3 years. Whether this company was already having a huge amount of, profit and everything. So they have met all the norms. Okay. So we'll come to that. So offer for sale. Issue type. So issue type for book build. Okay. Of course, it was not mandatory for Tata Technologies to go for an book building because they are already meeting all the criteria. But they have chosen a book building process. Okay. Fine. Then shareholder holding pre-issue. So before the shares, were issued, these are the total number of shares the company was having already. Okay. We can go to the screener also and look for information from there. Shareholding post-issue. After the post-issue, the shareholding remains same. Why? Ritu? The shareholding remained the same. I'm asking her. इसमें क्यों हुआ कि शेयर जितने शेयर पहले थे और उतने के शेयर रह गए अभी भी. इशू भी आ गया, सब्सक्राइब भी हो गया, कंपनी लिस्ट भी हो गई, बट द शेयर नंबर ऑफ शेयर्स हैव नॉट गॉन अप. जस्ट रेज योर हैंड इफ यू नो दैट आंसर. आपको पता है? Offer for sale. So that means the company was not issuing any fresh issue. Okay, so they are only offloading, promoters were offloading their own shares. That's why the number of shares not gone up. Okay, और उसमें monetary assets का 51% वाला clause भी apply नहीं होता. If you go back and check, I'll just let you know later on. Then, this was Tata IPO opens on 22nd. Issue open date, close date, basis of allotment, initiation of refund, credit for shares to demat account, listing date, cutoff time for UPF mandate. So they have given everything. When the issue will open, when the issue will close, how, basis of allotment, when the allotment will be done, how the basis has been done, how many shares have been issued to different categories. So if you look at categories, there are about 4 or 5 categories, isn't it? RI, retail investors, non-institutional investors, QIBs, okay, fine, and anchor investors. Okay, we'll talk about that. Sabaraj. Now, credit of shares to demat account. So after the shares are allotted, they will be given demat form to the shareholders. Then listing date, when the share will get listed on the stock exchange. So this company was not listed on the stock exchange so far. So now the shares will get listed on the stock exchange. Cut-off time for UPI mandate. So that means people are bidding. So they are going to pay through UPI. Okay, up to 5 lakh rupees, people can apply for UPI through UPI, like retail investors or non-NIs, public can apply to up to 5 lakhs. So this is 5 p.m. This is given. Then anchor investors. Now these are the anchor investors. So anchors are big investors, okay, who have a lot of money, they want to invest. So I'll just show you the list of the anchor investors. Most of the mutual fund invested, in this IPO. So bid date. Now anchor investors are allotted shares 1 day before the IPO opens. एक दिन पहले उन सबको शेयर अलॉट हो जाता है. Shares offered, anchor portion size was 791 crores. A lock-in period. Now, of course, they have a lock-in period. Anchors, when they buy, they have a lock-in period. So there were two, lock-in periods, 30 days ka or 90 days ka lock-in tha. Okay. So they have to hold the shares up to a certain date. Okay. So there are 2 dates given to them. Some portion of the shares they can issue it before and after. So within 90 days, they have to have all the shares with them, most of the shares. Okay. Then investor category. So these are the investor category. Anchor investors shared offer. These many shares were offered, which was 26% of the shares were offered to anchor investors. Okay. Then QIB, qualified institutional buyers. There are 13 such bodies in India: commercial bank, mutual funds, large investors, foreign FPIs. So they were given 17.33% of the shares. If the company has not met the norms, at least 75% should go to QIBs. Remember, regulation number 6(2). If the company is not done, company doesn't have any good track record of profitability and everything, then they have to at least issue 75% to QIBs. Okay. Then NIs, 13%. Within NIs, big NIs and small NIs. So greater than 10 lakhs, and this is less than 10 lakhs. Okay. Fine. So they are offered 13. Then retail shares offered, 33% was offered to the retail investors. Employees, 3.3. Others shares offered, 10%. Total shares, this. Okay. NII में दो क्लास है ना, 8% and 4%, that makes 13%. Yeah. So we can just check that. I'll just show you here. So these are the kind of investors we have. हाँ. So this is, इससे पहले भी कोई है? A. So this is regulation number, main route. Okay. 6(1). In an issue made through book building process under sub regulation 1 of regulation 6, okay, which says what? All the norms such as net worth, operational profit are met. So the company is already in existence and it has, met all the norms, profitability norms, okay, and asset norms. Not less than 35% to retail individual investors. Okay. So 35% should be offered to retail individual investors. Not less than 15% to non-institutional investors. Not more than 50% to QIBs. Okay.
The lottery happens, NIS will compete with NIS only.
Yeah. Within the category, the pro rata will be given. You're right. So then regulation number 6(2). When The company, this is alternate eligibility route where the company is not profitable. Okay. It's a loss making or something like that. Not more than 10% to RIs. Okay. Not more than 15%, not less than 75% to QIBs. Okay. Then there is another regulation which says that in an issue made other than book building process, if it's a fixed price issue, okay, then minimum 15% to RIs. So that means fixed price means company is already meeting the norms. So they can choose not to go through book building, okay, through other than book building. So they are not going for book building. They are saying that we are going to straight away offer the shares at a certain fixed price. So then these are the norms. 15% to RIs, remaining, has to be, uh, uh, yeah. So this is given here. So let's go back to this thing. So this is investor category. Then, now we come to the, investors can bid for a minimum 30 shares and multiples thereof. The below table depicts the minimum and maximum investment by retail investors and HNIs. So that means retail, one lot, minimum 30 shares. So a person can be allotted 15 shares. एक lot तो सबको देना ही देना है. That's a SEBI rule. ICDI rule says that whenever the company is coming with an issue, at least one lot is mandatory for the retail investors. Everybody should get at least one. But sometimes the issue is so many times subscribed, it's not even possible to give one lot. Fine. So then there is a draw of lottery. Like suppose, so many people have applied. Even one lot cannot be issued. Only out of 10, 5 people can be issued. So that means there will be a draw of lots. हाँ, only one lot. So उस 10 में से 5 चुनेंगे by draw of lots. Then retail maximum 1,95,000 because they can apply in lots the size of 390 shares they will get 30 ka. So that means they can go for 1,95,000. Of course the upper limit is 2 lakhs, but here more than 1,95,000 cannot be issued to the retail investors because it will exceed their allotment. This thing. Then small minimum now they are above 2 lakhs. So minimum is 2,10,000, maximum is 9,90,000. So they have to fall from 2 lakh to 10 lakhs. Then the big NIs above 10 lakhs. Okay. So minimum allotment size will be 67. Okay. And there is no maximum here. So they can be allotted this thing. So now promoters this thing. So pre-issue promoters are holding 66%. Rest was held by some institutional investors. Okay, so 66% was held by promoters. After the issue, their holding came down to 55%. The holding should remain above 20%. So minimum promoter contribution should be 20%. Remember, 20% होना ही चाहिए. तो इसमें 55 है इसका मतलब it's okay because they are meeting the norms. Then anchor investors. So their anchor Tata Technologies IPO anchor investors retail. So they raised 791 crores from the anchor investors, and so share offered were this. Anchor size was 79. Allotment anchor lock-in period was given. Okay. Then this is basically all the anchors. Name of the anchors they have given a list also. So if you see all the Fidelity Funds, India Focus Fund, SBI Multicap, SBI Technology Opportunity, these are all mutual funds who have acted as anchor investors, and maybe some people would be, like the regents of University of California. So they were the also anchor. Okay, so they were the foreign FPO investment here coming. Government Pension Fund Global. So they had also put some money as an anchor investor. Then BN Paribas Emerging Market Climate Solutions Fund, Nippon Lifetime Trustees. So these are the other anchor investors. Okay, so these are the people who had put money as an anchor. So investors are allotted a day before. Okay, fine. Then basis for offer for price. So some financial data is given of the company, which you can download from this thing. So what was their, earning per share of the company? For 3 years, the EPS has been given. Okay. So first year, 5 rupee 89, then 10 rupee 77, then 15 rupees. So the EPS is growing. That's a good, this thing. The company has been doing good business. Okay. And the diluted EPS is also given. You understand what is diluted EPS? So actually, just to explain again, there are number of shares issued by the company. So that is a basic. That's the number of shares the company has issued. Now, some shares the company has not issued, but they have given some rights to certain people that they can go for the shares at ESOPs. Or suppose company has taken a loan from a bank and they have a condition that the bank can convert that loan into shares at any time they want, under some conditions. So, or I mean, some kind of an agreement with someone which will entitle them to get shares in future. So, the shares are not being issued. Suppose today all these shares are issued, let's say theoretically the shares are issued, how the EPS will look like? The EPS is going to fall. Suppose there are a lot of ESOPs, a lot of companies have got rights to go for shares, so that will reduce the earning per share of the company. Suppose it happens next day, and the company's EPS will fall automatically. So just to make companies aware that this will be the dynamic EPS. So again, the basic and dynamic difference is not much. So that means the company doesn't have options like that. Companies have. So now, there is a three weight given to the current. So there is a weight there at the end column, F column. So weight 3, 2, 1. So that means the current EPS is given a weight of 3, and the second year is mid-year is given weight of 2, and then weighted average of the EPS comes here. This is the weighted average EPS, both for diluted and basic. That means you multiply it with that and then divide by 6, so you get 12.6. I have given the formula here. Hanji? See, that means the highest weight is given to the current. आज की डेट में I am earning 15 rupees. So that is my current reality. अब सिर्फ 2 साल पहले या 3 साल पहले कितना था उसको least weight दिया. So that means on an average, how much earning per share the company is earning. Okay, either you can take a simple average, but if you give a weighted, then it gives you more kind of a better information that the company is doing good. Okay, EPS can always fall or rise, but they are saying this is what on an average the company has been giving. Okay, fine. So for the 6 months ended and for previous 6 months ended. So last even the corresponding 6 months and the current 6 months before the issue came, the company was earning 8 rupees 67 paisa. Okay, and uske पिछले 6 महीने. So even the EPS is growing compared to the 6 months as well as on the yearly basis. Okay, then they calculate the PE ratio. Now, since the company is not traded in the public today, so they'll give you two PE ratios, both lower price band, okay, higher price band and lower price band. So what we do is we divide. This formula is given here, okay, which is coming from here. So you look at the current EPS. These two EPS, okay, 15. This has been used for calculating the PE ratio, not the average. Okay, so on that 15 rupees, and the company is offering the share at how much? For 75 and 500, and this is the the EPS, okay, which is coming from column number D and E. So this is your basically EPS at the lower band and the higher band. Okay, तो ये lower band और higher band का आ गया. Okay, ये lower band higher band का आ गया PE ratio. Based on the basic as well as the diluted. So this is the PE ratio of the company. Now, this company is not, listed in the stock exchange. So how do we arrive at the PE ratio? Based on the price band. अब कंपनी लिस्ट होगी इसी प्राइस पे लिस्ट होगी या तो 475 पे होगी या 500 के आसपास होगी. तो अगर वो लिस्ट हो जाती है तो हाउ द पी रेशियो ऑफ द कंपनी में लुक लाइक. ओके, देन द कंपनीज ROE or return on net worth. So the company is earning 20%, then it was it was 11%, then it went to 19% and 20%. So again, there is a weight is given and we calculate that the weighted average return on equity is around 18.68%, which is a good number. Okay, fine. So this is basic to analyze, how the company was performing and, how the company was earning. So return on net worth or return on equity is the same thing. Okay. Return on net worth is basically the assets minus liabilities. Okay. Fine. डिवाइडेड बाय रिटर्न, सॉरी, ये क्या है आपका रिटर्न ऑन इक्विटी का फॉर्मूला क्या होता है? हाँ, नेट इनकम बाय शेयर होल्डर इक्विटी। सो तो वो जो नेटवर्क बेसिकली है शेयर होल्डर इक्विटी, एंड नेट इनकम इज बेसिकली अर्निंग पर शेयर, नॉट नेट इनकम, नॉट अर्निंग बट ईपीएस, सॉरी नेट इनकम। Okay, so so they have calculated the the net asset value also. Okay, fine. So this is basically the book value of the share. Okay, then when you come to the industry P ratio, fine. So how the industry has been trading. So we'll see what are companies which are there in the industry. But the highest P ratio is 80. So there is one company which is trading at a P multiple of 80. Now this company is offering somewhere around 30. So it is below the highest. And the lowest is 37. So even the lowest is 37, the company is offering at 32 or something. So it is even lower. So the industry composite close to about 59. So that means industry is trading at a P multiple of close to about 60, and the company is offering 30. So what does it look like? Is it okay to like? I'm just saying on the basis of the information. आप लगाओगे? हाँ? क्यों? Didn't understand. Who are understanding? आपको समझ में है? आपको समझ में है? चलो, ठीक है। हाँ, तो वो क्वेश्चन पूछते जाओ। तो आपने अभी भी तो वो वैल्यूएशन वाला काम करा है, अभी सबमिट करा अपना असाइनमेंट, वो कैसे करा है? देखो क्या होता है पी रेशो। What is a P ratio? Market price per share divided by EPS. So it's telling you the relationship between how much the company is earning and what's the market price. Okay, fine. So company may be trading at a P ratio of say 20 or any number. Suppose it's 20. Fine. So that means company is today trading at 20 times than it's what it's earning. Suppose it is market price is this thing, and EPS is 5. So let's say the earning per share is 5, and this is the market price. Fine. So it will come 20, isn't it? These are there. So if the company is today earning 5, the share is 100. Fine. Suppose this is Anuj, and आपका क्या नाम है? Ritu. Ritu. Now you have another company, Ritu, whose share is 200, and uh, the earning per share is say 50. Your company is earning 50 and your share price is 200. So what will be the P ratio? 4. Okay, fine. So which company is cheaper today? Tell me. कौन सी company सस्ती है? Your company or Anuj? Which is expensive? Anuj or yours? This is 100, or let's say this is also 100. Okay, and this was say 20. So this is 5. Both the shares are trading at 100 rupees. Anuj share and Ritu share, both are shares on the stock exchange, they're trading at 100. But if you have to look at both companies are equally good, where are you going to put your money? Anuj shares or Ritu shares? Tell me which company is cheaper first of all. कौन सी company सस्ती है? Anuj is cheaper or yours is cheaper? Anuj cheaper because Anuj cheaper? No, Ritu is cheaper. ये देखो ये अर्निंग पर शेयर 5 है, ये 20 है, ओके, और ये 5 के ट्रेड पे चल रहा है, ये 5 के मल्टीपल पे ट्रेड कर रहा है। अगर आप 20 रुपए कमा के भी आपका शेयर 100 रुपए में ट्रेड कर रहा है, ये 5 रुपए कमा के भी शेयर प्राइस 100 है। ओके, फाइन। सो यू हैव टू जस्ट फाइंड आउट which company is cheaper, then this company is cheaper because it is trading at 5 times than what it is earning. Just look at another example, a real estate example. Suppose, I gave you that, when we calculate per square yard rate, there is a land which is available in better class, 4 lakh rupees per square. And there is another land in Gurgaon which is available at 1 lakh rupees per square, which is cheaper. 1 lakh. So again, it's a multiple, taking the market value of the house divided by the total number of area of the land. So the same principle applies here. So which is cheaper? Your company is cheaper. If both have equal prospects, people are going to put money in your company rather than Anuj. They'll say this company is already highly priced. It is trading at a P multiple of 20, whereas your company is trading at a multiple. Your company is trading 5 times what you're earning, and Anuj is trading 20 times what it is earning. तो इसका शेयर तो ऑलरेडी बहुत ज्यादा प्राइस हो चुका है, isn't it? Fine. But suppose this information is given. Okay. Now, further, let's say another information is given. Growth. Growth in earning per share. Suppose the growth in earning per share is 100% in case of Anuj. Anuj की कंपनी अगले साल जो अभी कमा रही है 5 रुपए, वो 10 रुपए कमाएगी, और आपकी ग्रोथ है सपोज 10%. फाइन. तो क्या करते हैं हम, अब हम पैग रेशियो निकाल लेते हैं. पैग, बिकॉज नाउ वी डोंट नो. ओके, हम क्या करते हैं, हम इसको 20 को 100 से डिवाइड करते हैं. तो कितना हो गया? 0.25, isn't it? 0.2, sorry, 0.2. Anything less than 1 is considered to be very good. It is trading at discount to its growth. अगर 1 से ऊपर है तो it is trading at premium to its growth. So now this is trading at how much? 5. Okay, ये 20 थी ना? हाँ, तो 20 था. तो यहां पर हमने कितना था? 10 था. अब कितनी है इसकी? कितनी है पैग रेशो? हाँ, नहीं, ये 0.2 था ना. हम 10 से करेंगे ना. हम लेंगे पी रेशो 6, 5 डिवाइड बाय 10 कितना है? 0.5. 0.5 नहीं, 0.5, आधा. आपकी कंपनी जो है वो 5 पी रेशो पे ट्रेड कर रही है और उसकी ग्रोथ है 10. तो हमने पैग रेशियो निकाली आधी और ये 0.2. सो नाउ दिस कंपनी हैज अ लोअर पैग रेशियो. दैट मींस दिस कंपनी इज बेटर बिकॉज दिस कंपनी इज हैव अ ग्रेट प्रोस्पेक्ट ग्रो एंड इट्स ट्रेडिंग एट अ लोअर पैग रेशियो कंपेयर टू द अदर कंपनी.
What to do in this case? Because EPS is very high for Anuj company, very low for Ripple company.
हाँ, अगर लो भी है तो हम आगे की ग्रोथ देखते हैं ना. आगे की क्या ग्रोथ रहेगी? आगे जाके तो ये 10 हो जाएगा. ओके, तो इट विल फॉल टू से व्हाट 10. अगर हम सपोज फॉरवर्ड पी निकालते हैं तो ये 10 हो जाती है. इसमें कितनी होती है? ये हो जाती है 22. ये कितनी हो जाती है? 22. 4.8 हो जाएगी. ओके, ये 10 पे ट्रेड कर रही है. अभी 4.5, whatever. So basically, just to explain again, the P ratio, now the company will be trading at a very high P ratio, which means the company has a great growth prospect. People are buying it because the company is going to grow at a good future, growth for that company. Fine. So the P, first of all, we look at the P ratio. The P ratio is very high compared to the industry. Compared to the industry, is very high. Then we say it's overvalued, isn't it? अगर आपकी कंपनी की P ratio अगर आती है, जैसे for example, let's look at this here. What was the P ratio of this company? हाँ, नहीं, इसकी कह रहे हैं. P ratio निकाली तो थी हमने, लोअर बैंड और हाई बैंड. हाँ, ये देखो, दिस इज द P रेशियो. ये पी रेशियो है ना कंपनी की. कंपनी की पी रेशियो कितनी है? 30, बिटवीन अ बैंड ऑफ 30 and 32. सो दिस कंपनी इज ट्रेडिंग एट would be trading at a P ratio between 30 to 32 after the issue comes and it is listed on the stock exchange. How we get it? By taking the price band divided by the earning per share. So this company would be, even after post issue, to be trading at price P ratio. Okay. But then we say how the industry is trading today. Okay, how the other people who are in the market they are trading at. So तो वी विल अंडरस्टैंड. अभी तो ये थोड़ी इन्फॉर्मेशन अब आगे जाके कंपनीज देखेंगे ना. अब हम देखेंगे कंपनी कौन सी है और कौन सी कंपनी 80 पे ट्रेड कर रही है. अभी दे गोइंग टू टेल यू द नेम्स ऑफ दोस कंपनी. सो देयर इज वन कंपनी. तो अच्छा, मुझे लगता है यहाँ से जाना पड़ेगा. हाँ, अभी देखते हैं, नेक्स्ट स्लाइड में देखते हैं. चलो नेक्स्ट स्लाइड पे देखते हैं. ओके, इंडस्ट्री पी. जस्ट होल्ड ऑन. Okay, just a sec. There's some kind of a issue here. So let's go to, let's go to screener. Go to screener. Screener खोल लो आप. और go to Tata, this thing, the same issue. Tata Technologies, okay? Tata Technologies. So this is the IPO. The company is already listed, okay? Now look at the stock PE ratio today. Look at the stock PE ratio today. At the time of issue, it was, it was bound to trade close to about 30 to 35. But today it is trading at 75. Become expensive. Okay. So that means people have pushed up the price. The price offered during the the time IPO was much lower because the highest company was trading at 83 and industry P ratio was close to how much? 37 for this thing. Okay. So now the market has also gone up. So this company is issuing today at 75. And look at the peers. Okay. Look at the peers. So these are the companies which are in the same industry. Now tell me one thing. Which is there are how many companies? 7 companies. Yeah. Which is the cheapest? I'm asking you. Yeah. सबसे सस्ती कंपनी कौन सी है? ये ध्यान से देखो. Oracle is why it is cheaper? Below 30, it's around 30. What is the median P ratio is talking about? 37. So it is getting cheap. There are other companies that are very expensive. Who is the most expensive company today? KPI Technology. It is coming in the this thing. Yeah. 83 that time, I think. Let me see industry composite दिखाया हुआ था. Highest was something. So this company was the most expensive. Okay. And this company is 75. Fine. Isn't it? So now you understand? The higher, now the company may have very high PE ratio. It means two things. It means two things. What? The company is expensive, but it has a great growth prospects. It is justified, but still it is very expensive. It should be, somewhere at the medium level से ऊपर है, it's expensive. Because the median is 37 and Tata Technology is trading at 75 times. It's very expensive. So if you have to invest, you should be cautious. You don't know. Because the highest is 80. Fine. So even this can go to 90. I mean, nobody can, stop the company at very lofty valuations. But the company which is expensive, anything happens, it's supposed tomorrow what happens? The elections, Modi loses the elections. So what will happen? Tata Technology will become harm. Others may not become harm because this is trading at a very high level. Fine. Any bad news, the company can fall dramatically because it is trading at a very high P ratio. That is based on some kind of a news. It's not good for the stock exchange, for the economy or whatever. But the P ratio is very high. Company is overvalued. Company doesn't have a good growth prospect. Then you say don't touch it at all. Agar suppose if the company was trading at 75, the company's next 3 years, company is not going to grow at all. So are you going to, buy it? They say no. If you have what you do, you go to sell it. Isn't it? अगर आपके पास certain technologies है और आपको पता चलता है next 5 साल के लिए कंपनी 5% के हिसाब से ग्रो करेगी. It is already trading at such a high rate. This thing, if you have shares, please sell and come out of the company because you will be losing heavily. So there are some companies like this, like Bharti one time, it was trading at a very high P ratio and it fell down. After that, the number portability came into because that is a real threat to all the operators because anybody could shift from one operator to another. When it came first time in America, all the company became bankrupt. Okay. So the RTFL dropped immediately to by 50%. On the news, the number portability has been allowed by India. So people can change their mobile numbers. Okay. So a high P ratio means two things. It's a good company. It is trading at a high P ratio. It has a great growth prospects. Company is going to grow at a very high growth rate. The earning per share in the subsequent years is going to be very high. That's why it looks like it is very expensive as of now. But if you look 1 year down or 2 year down the line and calculate 1 year forward P ratio, 2 year forward ratio, it may look to be reasonable. देखो आज तो महंगी लग रही है क्योंकि आज की जो P ratio कैसे निकली हुई है मार्केट प्राइस डिवाइडेड बाय ट्रेडिंग P ratio. The last 12 numbers का P ratio अर्निंग पर शेयर निकली हुई है. अगर आप अगले साल में सब प्रॉफिट डबल होने वाले हैं उसके अगले साल में और डबल होने वाले हैं तो 2 साल में तो वो कंपनियां सस्ती लगने की शुरू हो गई. Right? The companies which have a great prospects to grow, okay, even if they are commanding high P ratio, they are still worth buying it. But probably they should grow at a very good. Now, a low P ratio. If the company is having a low P ratio, it also means two things. The company grow करेगी, लेकिन अभी वो सस्ते में बिक रही है, तो खरीद लो भैया. Company has a good prospects, but it is trading at a low P ratio. Very difficult to find such companies which have a good growth prospects and they are trading at a low P ratio. Very difficult. People still find it. Okay? Because there are 10,000 companies, relatively आपको देखना पड़ता है ना कि कौन सी कंपनी सस्ती है या कौन सी महंगी है. Fine. So और अगर low P ratio है तो दूसरा मतलब क्या है? Don't touch it because the company doesn't have a good growth prospects and company is trading at a price at what it should be trading at. तो उसको डिजर्व करती है उसको ट्रेड कर रही है. Tata Steel was trading at a P ratio close to about 7 or 8 from first 40 years because there is no growth prospects. So it was there what it belonged to. Trading P ratio 8 ही होनी चाहिए तो 8 में ट्रेड करते हैं. Okay. So P ratio will have two meanings depending upon the scenario of previous scenario of the company. So high P ratio may look to be very high, overpriced, or it will be overpriced, but because of the growth prospects, it is justified to buy the share. Have you got out the meaning of the P ratio? So based on that analysis, let's go back to our. So now there is some Tata Technology. This is the company. Then KPIT Technology. This is the peer company. L&T Technologies. There is another company. Tata Elxsi Limited. There are 4 companies which have been shown as a peer group by the prospectus here. So इसका दिया हुआ इसका देखो रेवेन्यू कितना है L&T revenue is 80,000 crores or 8,000 crores, and KPIT is about 3,300 crores, and Tata Technologies is about 4,400 crores. Okay, this is actually in rupee million, so if you convert, it comes to around this much. 4,414 crores, if I read it in terms of crores. Because if you can just check and go here, you will find the data in crores, okay? So let's say Tata Technologies, okay? So if you look at their profit loss account, so their turnover is about close to about 4,414 crores. Is that okay? और उससे पहले 3,000 करोड़ फिर 2,500 करोड़. The figures are in crores, okay? Fine. So if you go to the Excel sheet here, so these numbers, if you convert them crores, they're 4,400. Same number which is appearing in screen. Trailing P, this thing is 4,414 crores. Okay, fine. So in terms of turnover, which company is better? Which is company's top line is the best? L&T. Okay. Now, basic earning per share. Let's say earning per share. Earning per share. Tata Technologies earning per is 15 rupees. Okay. Whereas the listed pair KPIT is 14 and L&T is 110 earning per share, and Tata Elxsi is 121. These two companies are trading at very high earning per share. That is their own earning per share. Look at the PE ratio. Now, PE ratio is more important. Of course, Tata Elxsi is not calculated on the basis of upper band and lower band, comes close to 30. So this is trading at 80, 37 and 60. So this is the KPIT is the highest PE ratio. So we calculate the average. So the average was given there. So lowest is 37, which is L&T technology. Is that okay? So which is the cheapest among the industry players here? Which is the cheapest? L&T tag is 37. Okay, fine. Then return on equity. So always when you are putting your money, you want to know how much the shareholders are earning. Okay, what is how much earning they are getting? So 20%, 22%. So all are very good. So anything above 15 is considered to be super one. अगर आपको 15% रिटर्न मिल रही है, आपको एफडी में कितनी रिटर्न मिलती है? 5%. Suppose you put 100, you get 7%. Suppose I say I'm a company, I will give you 15% return. You will invest in my company because you are taking a risk, but I am giving you 15%. Now these companies are giving you 20% return, phenomenal return. All these companies are good, but if you have to choose one company, then Tata Elxsi seems to be the best, which is only 36%. This is historical number. Let's see how much they will be earning in the future. We will see whether these companies are good. Okay. Then just another 5 minutes, then we'll have a break. Then in terms of so all other information is given. So then we come to Tata Technologies. So some information with Tata Technologies is given. Okay. Revenue from operations. So look at the revenue from operations of the company. The top line. It was 2,380 crores, then 3,500 crores, then 4,000. Okay. So company's turnover is growing. Okay. Then look at the other things. For example, let's look at the EBITDA percentage. Look at the EBITDA percentage. The company's operating margin. You buy something at 100 and sell it, 120. So your margin is 20%. So look at the EBITDA margin. 16%, 18%, 19%. Is it growing? Margin is also growing. Becoming profitable year over year. Fine. If the margin drops, then there is an area of concern. If you look at the margin of the last 6 months and this 6 months, the margin has been dropping. Look at this. यहाँ 20% हो गया और यहाँ 18% है margin. So this is a 6 months number comparison. So this is 22 and this is 23. So अब देखें यहाँ पर तो margin कम हो रहा है. So this will be a red flag for the company. The company has been growing on a full year basis. The margins are improving, but the last 6 months figure is less than compared to the previous six months. So this is the area of concern for the investors. Is that okay? Fine. एक आध चीज और देखते हैं, then we'll have a break. So then these are all the comparisons. The full profit loss account of the company for all the years. Okay, fine. Then profit margins are given, same number, I mean EBITDA margin, which we have already discussed. Okay, so these are all the information which is available. Okay, so you can download all the information from all the companies and just go through an analysis. Okay, and the foremost would be, is this company good to be invested at the price at which they are offering? Now, we understand the P ratio. Now you understand the P ratio? P ratio समझ आ गया? अब क्या होता है एक there is another way. The P ratio depends upon what? The future growth and the riskiness of it. If the beta or standard deviation is higher, if the company is riskier, will you put your money in that company? You're not going to put your money. So if the two companies that have trading at the same P ratio have the same kind of a growth prospect, but one company has a beta close to 1.5, another beta is 0.5. So you're going to invest in a beta 0.5 company because that company is less risky. Isn't it? Fine. So there are two things which you look at beyond the P ratios. One is the growth, another is the riskiness of the company. If the company is very risky, you're not going to touch that company. Fine. You find the two companies are trading at a similar P ratio, similar growth prospects, but then the last point of filter is the risk of the company. The company which is more riskier, you're not going to touch, you're going to touch the least risky company. So, now there is another mechanism. I don't know whether you will be. Have you done your regressions? Stats? I found BMS students, they are quite they're quite worse with हाँ जी कोई बात नहीं उससे नहीं मैं आपको बता रहा था क्या होता है कि you can always like for example suppose there is a cricket stadium, okay, there is going to be a cricket match, India versus Pakistan. Fine, you expect 1 lakh people to watch that, right? Or maybe 1.5 lakh. What is the capacity? Suppose it's going to be this large. So somebody wants to find out how he's running a cafe there, coffees and some snacks. So he's going to find out how much he should make. Okay. So he goes to the past data and looks at what was the capacity of the stadium, how many people it was, and what was his sale earlier. So based on that, he's going to run a regression and find out how much coffee, how much samosa, how much is going to make. So this is called regression, where there are some variables which is independent, some are dependent. So you perform that equation and calculate. We're not even talking about that. We are saying similarly you can calculate the P ratio of regression technique. What should be the P ratio of the company? अगर आपको पता चले कि company की through regression technique based on the growth of the company and other kind of parameters, run a regression and tell it will give you what should be the the predicted P ratio of the company. Okay. Suppose the predicted P ratio of the company say 50 of Tata Technology. Suppose it comes like that through regression technique. Now it is often shares at what 30. Because the regression says that the P ratio should be 50. Through your statistical analysis, you found that the predicted P ratio should be 50 of this company, but you got 30. So last time, some group of the BMX students actually calculated the, but this should be 15, 20 kind of industrial figures. अगर आपका 3 इंडस्ट्री में है, predicted P साइन नहीं करते. अगर आप regression run करोगे 3 कंपनियों में तो it's meaningless. Suppose there are about 15 to 20 companies, you can run a regression and calculate the predicted P. So I'll just show you before we close. Just one more minute. हाँ जी हाँ अभी मैं आपको अभी दिखाता हूँ एक सेकंड अब मैं आज ना आई एम नॉट वेयरिंग माय स्पेक्स टुडे आई जस्ट फॉरगॉट सो आई जस्ट गोइंग टू शो आई जस्ट शेयर्ड this slide called relative valuation slide. Okay, बस ये दिखा के we'll have a break. मैंने आपको क्या करा है आई हैव जस्ट देयर इज अ YouTube video which you can just watch and calculate the predicted P ratio based on that. और मेरे ही YouTube में भी एक मैंने बनाया हुआ है. I'll just show you here. ये स्लाइड बहुत अच्छी है, इसको पढ़ना आप. आई डोंट नो वेदर यू हैव रेड इट और नॉट. हाँ. इसको भी आके देखते हैं एक सेकेंड. चलो इसी को देखते हैं, वो आके लंच के बाद देखेंगे. सॉरी, मतलब ब्रेक के बाद देखेंगे. Now, suppose these are the companies. Just 2 minutes and we are there. Suppose these are the companies which are given to you. So these are all US-based companies. And for any industry, you get 20 companies there. You can get 6, 5, 3. Okay. So these are all wine companies. Wine, beer, cold drink, Coke, Pepsi Cola is there. Okay. So the trading P ratio, and expected growth in standard deviation, which gives you the risk of the company, and the PEG ratio, it's given. Okay, so this list runs into about 2 pages. So this is, you have, PepsiCo also. Okay, trailing P ratio. So the expected growth is also given, standard deviation is given, and PEG is also given. Okay, so what is the industry PEG? 2. So that means anything which is above 2 will be expensive. Second, what is the standard deviation? 33. So anything below 30 would be considered to be less risky compared to peer. Because if every company is riskier, then we choose which company is less risky compared to peer. So now tell me, PepsiCo, is it expensive or is it expensive? Why? Taxation is 3.14, isn't it? And the industry price is 2. So it is expensive. Fine. And in terms of riskiness, it is slightly below the average risk because the standard is 31. So let's talk about, अब ये याद रखो कि PEG ratio 2 है, average is 33 for this thing. Let's talk about Andrew wines. Is it expensive? Is it expensive in terms of this thing? Andrew wines. It is less risky compared to the industry, but it is expensive in terms of valuation. In terms of valuation, it is expensive, but it is less risky, so people are buying it and pushing up the price, so that's why it's gone to 2.56. Growth prospect is only 3.5%. Look at the growth prospect. For the growth prospect are also, that's why the valuation is high. Because it's going to grow at only 3.5%. Look at the Boston beer. Okay, Boston beer. आप बताओ क्या लेना? हाँ? आस्था बताओ बॉस्टन बियर आपको कैसे लगती है? Not beer, not the beer, it is how much? It is 0.62. And what is the growth? Growth is very good, and standardization is very high. This is risky, but the regulation is. So why is this? Because it's very risky. That's why it's trading at a lower PEG. Doesn't mean that you go and invest because it's very risky. So don't put your money. Okay. But the company has a great prospect in terms of growth. Now come to another company, Coca-Cola. Tell me. It is expensive and the growth is good, standard deviation also high. Okay, so this way you can understand, and make some judgment about the companies, isn't it? So that is the part.